Maintain the same path or see the changing of the guard.
It's Election Day in Indiana and Ohio, and Wayne 15 is your local election headquarters.
We have you covered from every mayoral race, city council race, and even whether your child's school gets improvements.
In live reports both on air and online.
You've cast your vote, and now it's time to wait. I'm Dirk Rowley.
And I'm Tara Brantley. Wayne 15's News at 6 Election Night starts now.
You're watching local coverage you can count on. This is Wayne 15 News at 6.
The polls are now closed across Northeast Indiana. We kick off election night team coverage, starting with the race for Fort Wayne's mayor.
So will it be 4 more years for Mayor Tom Henry, or will businessman Tim Smith get his first job in politics? Wayne 15's Kaitor K joins us live from the Allen County GOP headquarters with how the Republicans are feeling. Kaitor?
The energy here is very optimistic as they're hoping to pull off some big wins, especially in the mayoral race between Tom Henry and Tim Smith. And here to break down all of tonight's possibilities is Allen County Republican Chair Steve Shine. Sir, how are you doing?
Thank you, Kaitor. Nice to be here and on Wayne TV.
All right, so what are the outlook that you guys have for tonight?
We're very enthusiastic about the turnout. I believe that the Republican turnout has significantly surpassed that of the Democrats who are registered in Fort Wayne. At the 3 o'clock hour today, a total of 35,000 people had cast their votes in today's election. That compares with 41,000 in 2015, 4 years ago. So we intend to surpass that, and we believe that the turnout is attributable to more Republicans voting today.
Can Tim Smith upset Mayor Henry?
Absolutely. From what I just indicated to you, we've had a great turnout in the 4th District. That bodes well for Jason Arp against his competitor. It also is a great base for the GOP in the Fort Wayne area, and we expect that, coupled with a stronghold in the 2nd and 1st District, to propel Tim Smith to victory this evening.
If Smith wins, what would that mean?
That would mean all heck would break loose down here in Allen County Republican headquarters, and we're looking forward to that happening probably a little after 8 tonight.
Right now, City Council has 7 Republicans compared to the 2 Democrats. You guys have a very strong hold. Do you expect to maintain that?
Absolutely. I think our at-large candidates, Michael Baranda, Tom Preistoffer, and Nathan Hartman, will be elected and re-elected to those positions, and will maintain, of course, the 2nd District, where Russ Yale is unopposed, and, of course, the 1st and the 3rd. And I think that Taylor Vanover has a very good chance of upsetting Jeff Paddock. That, of course, will depend on what may happen in the mayoral race. If the number of voters in the 5th District are significant for Tim Smith, that will only help Taylor Vanover, and he will defeat Jeff Paddock.
All right, thank you, Steve. We'll all be watching very closely. And now we're going to see how the Democrats are doing. Wayne 15's Angelica Robinson is live right now at the Grand Wayne Center. Angelica.
Kaitor, it's been a contentious race between Fort Wayne Mayor Tom Henry and his Republican challenger Tim Smith, and there's no doubt that we'll have our eyes on that race tonight. If Mayor Henry is reelected, this will be his 4th term in office, making him the only Fort Wayne mayor to win 4 consecutive terms. Businessman Smith is touting himself, of course, as a businessman, and has promised to improve economic development outside of downtown, public safety, and trash collection. There's another race to watch, which is City Council at large. 6 candidates are vying for 3 spots. On the Democratic side, we're looking at Councilman Glenn Hines, Steve Corona, and Michelle Chambers. They're hoping to represent Fort Wayne. Allen County Democratic Party Chairwoman Misty Meehan faces off against Paul Inslee to represent the city's 1st District. And taking a look at the 5th District race between Democrat Jeff Paddock and Republican Taylor Hanover, we're taking a look at that. We're going to keep our eyes on those races and so much more tonight at the Democratic watch party. But for now, reporting live at the Democratic headquarters, Angelica Robinson, Wayne 15 News.
Angelica Kaitor, thank you. Before the polls opened, more than 10,000 people voted early in Allen County.
The election board says that is a record. Wayne 15's Brianna Brownlee called around to different counties to measure their voter turnout after the polls opened, and she joins us now live in studio with more. And Brianna, what have you found out so far?
Dirk, Tara, a few of the counties have said voter turnout is pretty good. Many believe they will see a hike in numbers compared to the 2015 elections. Another key element is that some counties have seen more people take advantage of early voting. Today I spoke with Allen County's Director of Elections, and she is hopeful of a high final number for voter turnout for this year.
Well, actually, we have seen increased numbers, especially in early voting. And as far as today goes, it's pretty steady as we go throughout the day. All of our precincts are reporting steady lines, not a lot of long lines at all.
Now, at the time I spoke with Deluxe, she did say they have seen around 25,000 people for today. She's expecting a 25 to 30% turnout, which is considered a high turnout number for a city election. As for other surrounding counties, DeKalb County said they were up to over 300 voters when I talked to them. Adams County reported many of their precincts at over 50%, and Wells County says voter turnout is good as well with more than 800 voters. Live in Studio 15, Brianna Brownlee, Wayne 15 News.
Brianna, thank you. Outside of Fort Wayne, there are a number of other races that we're keeping a close eye on.
In Huntington County, for instance, there will be a new city mayor in Huntington and possible improvements made to Huntington schools. Wayne 15 digital reporter Taylor Williams has more. Taylor?
Yeah, Dirk and Tara, so far 34% of voters have made their way to the polls, with more than 500 voters turning out within the last hour. Now, Huntington County Community School System is asking for voters to vote yes on 2 referendums to help their school system. The first is an operating referendum that, if passed, will increase starting teacher pay and security. The second is a project referendum that would cost taxpayers $68 million over the next 17 years. That referendum would build a brand new Huntington North High School. The current school, which you see on your screen, is 50 years old. Also on the ballot is who will become mayor of the city of Huntington. I sat down with Republican candidate Larry Buzzard and independent candidates Johnny Hiles and Richard Strict to talk about their plans for the city. All 3 candidates said day one they want to tackle the city's debt. I'll be in Huntington tonight and bring you all the latest at Wayne.com. In studio, Taylor Williams, Wayne 15.
Taylor, thank you. There are more than 80 races going on throughout the area, and as your local election headquarters, Wayne 15 has you covered. We'll bring you up-to-the-minute results from every race in our area, including voter turnout, all on our website, Wayne.com.
Now, your first weather from the live Doppler 15 Fury Weather Center.
Pretty nice fall day after a few days of clouds. Today, saw some sun.
Let's see what tomorrow holds. Let's check in now with Nicholas for the answer.
Oh, a little more sun, perhaps not as much as today.
Okay.
But any way to slice it, the sunshine is not equating to much warmth at all. Today, high temperatures in the mid to upper 40s. We're already seeing temperatures slide into the 30s in a number of spots. 39 in Angola, Kendallville, and Columbia City. Warsaw, all the way down to 34. Our Fort Wayne temperature, 41, 43 in Decatur, and Van Wert, 44 in Hartford City. Not much going on Storm Tracker, radar, clear and dry. A few scatter clouds at times today, and that's about it. Now tonight, temperatures will be falling through the 30s. Right before daybreak tomorrow, we will drop into the upper 20s. And coming up in the 10-day forecast, some of the coldest days we've seen in quite some time. I'll break things down for you day by day.
Nicholas, thank you. Still to come on Wayne 15 News at 6, a man is facing 2 murder charges. What we know so far about the case.
And a Fort Wayne woman will be on Wheel of Fortune. We'll tell you when she'll be on your TV when your #1 News at 6 returns.
Local coverage you can count on continues with Tara Brantley and Dirk Rowley. You're watching Wayne 15 News at 6.
All right, the polls in Indiana have been closed for about 11 minutes, and we already have some results coming in. Let's take a look. For Fort Wayne mayor right now, just a couple of precincts. We're looking at Henry ahead of Smith by about 5,000 votes.
And then we move on to the race for Fort Wayne City Clerk, and that shows us Lana Kiesling, the incumbent, there trailing at this point. But again, these results very early. You'll start seeing results continuously on the lower portion of the screen. Yes. So make sure you stay right here, Fort Wayne's local election headquarters. And
also you can, of course, go to Wayne.com as well. A Fort Wayne man is officially charged in the shooting death of a man last month.
40-year-old Jermaine Turner is charged with murder, possession of a handgun by a serious violent felon, and possession of a controlled substance. It all stems from the death of Pablo Vasquez. According to the affidavit, Vasquez wasn't meant to be the target. A homeowner down the block was. Some sort of revenge plan called for that other homeowner to be robbed of drugs, money, and electronics. Police have made a second arrest in that case.
One person is dead after crashing into a deer in Wells County. It happened at about 6:45 this morning along State Road 124 near the Rock Creek Bridge. Police say 29-year-old Jacob Messer of Huntington County was going west and hit a deer. The deer then hit another vehicle going in the opposite direction. 55-year-old Jose Loya was driving. 61-year-old Ventura Loya was a passenger. Ventura died. Jose had minor injuries.
Part of I-69 back open tonight after a truck hauling gravel lost some of its load. The incident happened in the northbound lanes of the interstate just south of the State Road 3 Lima Road interchange. Gravel spilled across all 3 lanes. Heavy equipment brought in to move that gravel and took nearly 2 hours to clean up the mess.
Got a busy night ahead. We should go bankrupt or win big. A Fort Wayne woman will compete on Wheel of Fortune tonight.
Hi, I'm Ginger from Fort Wayne. Watch me play Wheel of Fortune on Wayne 15.
Ginger Nelson will spin the wheel during tonight's episode. Wheel is currently celebrating Veterans Week. Wheel of Fortune airs weeknights right here on Wayne 15 at 7 o'clock. Let's hope she wins.
Yes. I'd like to buy a few degrees in the forecast.
Can you do that?
I'm calling Pat after the show. Coming up in the 10-day forecast, we'll talk about all the colder air that's coming. Stay tuned.
Local coverage you can count on continues with Chief Meteorologist Nicholas Ferrari's live Doppler 15 Fury forecast.
We've been talking about this for a couple days now, and it remains our biggest weather story of the next week and a half. A very cold November stretch that begins early next week when high temperatures will be around freezing and below for a number of days. Today we were colder than average, but in comparison to what's coming, boy, 48 sure sounds good. All of that cold air up to our north. Mother Nature will soon unleash it on us. That cold air will sink in and stay a while. Currently, our temperature in Fort Wayne has dropped into the low 40s, 41 now, feeling like 36, thanks to winds from the west at 8 miles per hour. We could have winds this evening at speeds up to 15 miles per hour. Temperatures tonight will fall through the 30s over the course of the evening and will end up in the upper 20s by daybreak tomorrow. On Storm Tracker now, things are pretty quiet, barely a cloud in sight today, a lot of sunshine, no rain or snow to worry about, but clouds will be increasing as we get into the day tomorrow, and by the time tomorrow comes to a close, we could very well have some returns of precipitation on our radar screen in the form of both rain showers and snow showers. So let's time this out using Futurecast and going hour by hour. Tonight, not much in terms of cloud cover, but the clouds increase as we head into the morning. Temperatures to start off the day in the upper 20s in most spots. Then the day continues and we see those temperatures rise, and we should be able to get in the low 50s for most spots. Now, you can see some clouds around, partly cloudy overall, some sunshine, but not as much as what we experienced today. Tomorrow at 8 in the morning, 33, at noon, 44, at 4 o'clock, 51. Winds tomorrow from the southwest between 5 and 15 miles per hour. Areas to the north may have a little bit of a challenge getting to 50, but you're going to be close. Angola 48, Auburn 49. Down to the south, we're going to be close to 55, 54 in Bluffton and 54 in Hartford City. As we head into late night tomorrow, say 9 o'clock and after, some scattered rain will become possible at that point. Then overnight into early Thursday, we'll get some colder air in the mix. A few snowflakes may show up. Not much in terms of accumulation, but we do have to watch for perhaps a few slick spots on area roads Thursday morning because temperatures will be hovering around freezing at that point. Now, as Thursday continues, it's possible that we see a scattered lake effect snow shower or two, but not much in terms of accumulation from those either. Here now, your exclusive 10-day forecast, and look at all the cold air that's coming, especially looking at those highs in the 20s early next week. That's the latest from the Weather Center. Tara, Dirk.
Nicholas, thank you. We want to take you back to some more numbers that are coming in here at 6:18. This is the Fort Wayne City Council at-large race. See the Democratic side there. Those 3 races are actually the 3 leaders right now in these very, very early numbers. You see 2 of the 3 there listed on the Republican side are incumbents trying to regain election. Moving on to some of the specific council races, Paul Ensley currently is virtually tied with Misty Meehan.
And now let's go on to District 3. We have results for that as well. We are looking at Didier with a sizable lead ahead of Henry at this point. Moving on to District 4, in that race, we have Patty Hayes, who is up slightly against Jason Arp. And in the race for District 5, Jeff Paddock whopping right now, Taylor Vanover. But keep in mind, this is still very early on in terms of getting results back. We're going to have results for you throughout the night right here and on Wayne.com. Keep it here. Sports is next.
Local coverage you can count on continues with Glenn Marini's Sports Report. Sports coverage you can count on.
Every meet the Concordia Lutheran boys cross country team entered this year, they won. It was a dominant season end with them raising the state title as well. We're proud to honor the cadets as your Optimum Performance Sports Team of the Week.
Hi, I'm Ron Howard with Optimum Performance Sports. OPS is proud to honor the athletes and coaches of this week's Team of the Week. Congratulations and best of luck the rest of the season.
Out here at Concordia Lutheran, the cadets are boys cross-country state champs, joined by the head coach, Scott Steffen. What was it like to see this team come out there and get the job done?
Saturday was a very emotional day as we're sitting waiting for the awards as they're counting down team after team after team. They got down to third place, and it seemed like they paused and they stopped for a while and were driving us nuts. But when they announced second place and it wasn't us, we kind of just let loose a little bit. And so a lot of emotion.
That race over there is always a tough race. Kind of what did you guys do as a team competitively and to get it done?
We have a saying that we just do what we do, right? So we run our race plan, and we don't really worry about other teams or other runners. We just go out and we have a plan, and we try to execute that plan.
Well, for cross country, there's a tradition that you throw your shoe in the tree. I don't know what this has to do with anything, but we're going to do it here at Concordia anyways. We're going to have to go all the way over to the circle on the far side of the gym. All right, we're throwing shoes. Let's do this. You're up. He's throwing a sandal, though. Underhand, that's a bold move. Ooh, a little wide, a little short. I think there's a draft in here. There you go. Well, that's a good one. That's a good one. We're not quite there yet. Here we go. You got to get a little muscle on it. Not quite there as well. That's a lefty throw. Another sandal. This one could sail. Oh, that was a good throw. Oh, good bounce. Good bounce as well. I like it. Here we go. Oh, that's a good throw. I think the sandals are a good add. Oh, wide left. Happy look out. Here we go. Boat shoes. I don't think you can run in those, but you can throw them. That's okay. Oh, underhand again. Ross, watch out. Oh, that was a good throw. We got a few ones left. Here we go. Oh, underhand. He's trying to keep it below the wind. Try to skip it over there. A little wide left. Here we go. Uh-oh. Watch out for the cheap seats. And here we go, Reese. Sandal. Oh, bounce. That croc almost got it. Let's go check it out. See who won, gentlemen. Obviously, you guys have the tradition of throwing shoes in trees. What was it like to bring home that title in the first place?
It was great. It was there was so much emotion going on, hearing our name getting called first and the Greyhounds from Carmel getting second. It was nothing like I'll ever feel before. It was awesome.
Obviously, this team is 160-0 this year, won every single meet. Kind of how did it culminate with state, and how did you guys race at state?
I think initially we kind of had that in mind. We wanted that to happen, but you can't take too many steps at a time. You gotta build your way there, and when the time came, we did what we needed to do, and the boys got it done.
All right, congrats to the Concordia Lutheran boys cross country team, your team of the week.
Also was a pretty good Saturday for the Carroll girls cross country team, winning back-to-back state titles. We're going to honor the Chargers as your team of the week very soon in the near future. That'll do it for sports. I'm Glenn Marini, and we're back after this.
Once again, let's take a look at the numbers, the early numbers for the mayor's races. You can see Mayor Tom Henry is defeating Tim Smith by approximately 5,000.
Very early numbers. We'll give you the very latest on the bottom of your screen. And, of course, on Wayne.com. We'll be back when a winner is announced. Stay right here.